Rest, ye merry gentlemen, in a 1943 two-door sedan. See it now.
The screen glows in black and white. A front porch. A gentle laugh. And Robert Young steps through the doorway like a memory you can still touch. Father Knows Best didn't shout. It breathed. A quiet Midwestern home in Springfield. A mother's calm smile. 3 children learning how to be kind before they learned how to be clever. From radio hum in 1949 to television comfort from 1954 to 1960, the Andersons gave post-war America a lesson in grace. Jim and Margaret, Betty, Bud, and little Kathy. Ordinary names that felt like family, week after week. Across 2 networks and 203 episodes, and later 2 reunion films that told us the feeling never really left. Fact number 1. From sharp radio satire to gentle TV comfort, before the porch light ever glowed on television, Father Knows Best lived on radio, sharper, drier, even a little acerbic. Beginning August 25, 1949 on NBC Radio, Robert Young played Jim Anderson as a wry, sometimes sarcastic patriarch, a far cry from the warm, patient father we'd later meet on screen. When the series moved to TV in 1954, the tone softened deliberately. Out went the barbed asides. In came the quiet lessons and kindly smiles. That evolution wasn't accidental. Young and producer Eugene Rodney shepherded the property from radio to a filmed family ideal, with Jane Wyatt joining as Margaret and the Anderson children recast for television. It was the same family, but translated into a national lullaby for the post-war living room. Fact number 2. The night a cigarette scare saved the Andersons. In its first TV season on CBS, Father Knows Best lived in a late 10 p.m. slot, underwritten by Kent Cigarettes. After just 26 weeks, the sponsor pulled out, spooked by a growing cancer scare around smoking, and the series was quietly canceled. But the story didn't end at the porch. Scott Paper stepped in, and the Andersons moved to NBC. And to a gentler hour, Wednesday nights 8:30 p.m., families could actually watch together. The tone fit the time. The audience found them. And a show that almost vanished after a half season became a 6-year touchstone, airing across multiple network runs. Fact number 3. A rare tri-network journey that shaped the show's soul. Most families don't move 3 times and stay the same. The Andersons did. After premiering on CBS in 1954, Father Knows Best was canceled when its sponsor left. NBC rescued it in 1955 and something changed. The new time slot, the gentler pacing, the growing confidence of its cast. The show settled into itself. Then, in 1958, it moved back to CBS for its final 2 seasons, carrying along the quieter, wiser rhythm it had found. Few series of the era made that kind of round trip. But the Andersons did, and each move sanded away a little more cynicism, leaving the show with the soft glow we remember, an ordinary porch made timeless. Fact number 4. The missing pilot where the Andersons weren't the Andersons. Before Springfield had an address, there was another family on another night. On May 27, 1954, the Ford Television Theater aired a quiet, 26-minute story called Keep It in the Family. Robert Young was there, but he wasn't Jim Anderson. He was Jim Warren. His wife wasn't Margaret. She was Grace. The children had different names, different faces, and the rhythm felt like a sketch of a memory not yet fully drawn. Young and producing partner Eugene Rodney used that one off as a proof of concept, then rebuilt the world from the ground up, recasting the kids, bringing in Jane Wyatt, and softening the tone. Out of that experiment came the family we remember. Fact number 5. The awards that crowned a marriage of equals. Listen closely to the way Jim says Margaret. There's respect in it, a partnership. That feeling wasn't accidental, and the industry noticed. Across the show's run, honors began to collect on the mantle. Robert Young, the gentle center of the home, won Emmys for his continuing performance. And Jane Wyatt did something rarer still. 3 consecutive Emmys, 1958, 1959, 1960. For Margaret Anderson, the mother written not as a prop, but as a mind. Those trophies weren't just hardware. They were a public nod to a marriage of equals at the heart of the series. In an age of canned laughter and easy jokes, the Andersons earned applause for Grace. Fact number 6. Jane Wyatt's quiet return from Hollywood's shadows. Before Margaret Anderson's calm voice steadied the Anderson home, Jane Wyatt had weathered a colder wind. In the late 1940s and early 50s, her film career stumbled after she appeared at a peace conference and found herself brushed by the era's blacklisting chill. Doors closed, offers thinned. Then came Father Knows Best. Not a comeback with trumpets, one with teacups and dinner table conversations. Week by week, Wyatt shaped Margaret as intelligent, principled, warm a partner, not a prop. The public embraced her, and the industry followed. 3 Emmys later, she wasn't just working again, she was cherished. Fact number 7. The Andersons' porch was really Blondie Street. That familiar gabled porch didn't sit in Springfield at all. It stood on Columbia's backlot in Burbank, on a leafy run of Facatis, later nicknamed Blondie Street. The Anderson home exterior had begun life in the Blondie films and went on working for decades, showing up as Mr. Wilson's place in Dennis the Menace, and alongside the soon-to-be-famous address, 1164 Morning Glory Circle from Bewitched. In studio daylight, one house could be many homes, and Father Knows Best gave that corner its gentlest glow. Even after devastating ranch fires and rebuilds, the lore remained on that street. Families from different eras waved from the same white fence. Fact number 8. Bud's real-life detour. A bust, a backlash, and an unlikely footnote. Off-screen, the boy next door grew up fast. In July 1962, Billy Gray Boot Anderson to millions was arrested for marijuana possession. The case made headlines. He served time, and the phone stopped ringing. Years later, Gray spoke candidly about it, saying he didn't dwell on regrets and poured himself into motorcycles, racing, and inventing. And there was one more twist. In 1998, film critic Leonard Maltin publicly apologized for mistakenly linking Gray to heroin dealing in a movie guide entry in error corrected in print after a libel settlement. The kid from the porch had lived through a tabloid storm, then outlasted it. Fact number 9. The never-aired lesson filmed for the U.S. Treasury 1959. In 1959, the Andersons shot an episode no family ever saw on primetime. It was called 24 Hours in Tarrantland, commissioned by the U.S. Treasury Department. It imagined Springfield, under a petty despotant, used the family's ordeal to encourage Americans to buy U.S. savings bonds. The cast, the cadence, the porch, all there. But this half hour wasn't broadcast. It was distributed to schools, churches, and civic groups as a civic message, part fundraiser, part fable. Accounts say the AFL-CIO covered production costs while the company donated time, turning a sitcom into a public service parable for a country worried about the Cold War's shadow. Fact number 10. Ending by choice. Then opening the door again, 1977. Most shows fade. This one bowed. In May 1960, Father Knows Best closed while it still ranked high, because Robert Young insisted it was kinder to leave before the family outgrew itself. 17 years passed. Then the porch light flicked on again for 2 NBC reunion films, Father Knows Best reunion May 15, 1977, and Home for Christmas, December 18, 1977, with the original cast returning as older, still tender Andersons. It wasn't a reboot. It was a gentle curtain call, proof that decency ages well on screen. And as the porch light fades, we remember why we came: kindness, patience, and a family that spoke softly to our better selves. If this brought back a warm evening in your living room, give this video a like, share it with someone who watched beside you, and subscribe for more classic stories. Until next time, good night from Springfield.